Good morning. I hope everybody found me again. I'm not sure if I got it fixed or not. Technical problems are really a pain. Let me bring you up on my iPad here so I can see if anybody comes on. I'm just going to give a moment to let everybody get here. Uh-oh, I'm freezing now. Well, maybe I'm good. Okay. All right, let me get my lighting fixed here while we're waiting for everyone. And I'm a little bit crooked, my camera, but I'm going to leave it as is because with all the problems this morning, I don't want to mess it up. Like I said again, I'm sorry I'm late. I had to restart my router, and then I had to restart my phone. So I'm hoping that I've got all the problems fixed and we don't have any more problems this morning. So I want to welcome you to my Facebook Live. I am creating Cards with Debbie. It's my Facebook page. And also on YouTube, you can find me at Creating Cards with Debbie. So just do a search. I should come up. I've got a bad hair day today. Today is January 19th, 2022. And we're going to be doing 3 cards today, and I'm using all celebration items and some that are from the mini catalog also, some sentiments. Be sure that you share the video with your friends and family and click that like button. And if you're watching me on YouTube later, hit that subscribe button down below here and you'll be notified when I upload any new videos. And I try to do one a week at least. So let me go ahead and turn you down and see if I have any difficulties with that. That'll give more time for everybody to come on. I'm almost scared to touch anything. Well, let me go back here again. I'm going to do this a different way. Let's see if I can get this to work right. I'm going to watch my iPad to see if we're in a good spot or not. It looks like I could zoom in just a tiny bit. I'm doing this upside down, so I'm kind of confused here a little bit. So let me see what happens here. No, I think I need to turn my phone around. This one has got such a tight grip on it that I'll make sure I don't have my things in the way here. Goodness gracious. There we go. Alright, now my phone's giving me fits. Turn around here. I guess it's just one of those days today. Let me see what that looks like on my iPad. Okay, it's pointing out that way too far. Like I said, be sure you come on and say hello. And I apologize for the delay. I was having technical problems. And I had to restart my router, then restart my phone. And I'm hoping that everything goes well now. So I'm just trying to get zoomed in here till we have a good surface. I think I'm going to go with that. I'm going to move this. I wanted to go the other way. Well, everything's giving me fits today. I think I'm just going to leave it as is. Like they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let me get my cord out of here. Oops. I knocked something down here. Okay, so let's get back to what we're talking about. I'd like to introduce myself again. My name is Debbie Foster. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas. And I'm glad that you're here with me today, and I hope you enjoy the cards that we're going to be doing. We're going to be working on 3 cards, and I'm showcasing celebration items. So I hope you enjoy because, well, I'll get into that detail in a minute. I'm creating cards with Debbie. You can shop in my store for any of the items that I'm showing today or any supplies that you may need for your crafting needs. And that is www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net. And you can email me with any questions or concerns at creatingwithdebbie179@gmail.com. And this is my blog address. I won't say the whole thing. I think you can see it on camera. And to sign up for Paper Pumpkin, here's the website that you go to sign up for that. But if you're shopping with me, the January host code has changed, so I have a new one. It's 9RT334ZE. And that's also in the description of this video, so you can look there for it if you need to. Okay. Okay, during celebration going on now until February 28th. With that, you get, with every $50 that you purchase, either out of the mini catalog, this catalog, or the annual catalog, every $50 you can pick out an item out of here free. And there are a couple that are $100 items. And I'll point those out as we're working on cards today. But also, during celebration, Stampin' Up! Has got a promotion going on to join my team or to get a starter kit from Stampin' Up!, which is $99, and that includes free shipping. But along with that, not just the $99, but you get to pick out $125 worth of products. And that only costs you $99. And if you have any sales tax for your state, then there'd be sales tax on that. But otherwise, it's $99. But along with that $125 worth of products, you can also pick out 2 stamp sets of your choice. Will be free to you, absolutely free. And I'm kind of flustered today. I apologize because of all the problems, so I got to get my mind right here. Okay. So 2 free stamps, $125 worth of product, and also you'll also receive a paper pumpkin along with that. So if you have any questions, just reach out to me at my email address, or you can private message me, either one, on Facebook. And like I said, celebration is going on until February 28th. And don't make sure that you get on that because our deadline is coming up here very shortly. The way the time goes so fast, it'll be here before we know it. But if you sign up for Paper Pumpkin, which is this month, it's called Safari Celebration. And you have a Safari Celebration Paper Pumpkin Kit. Escape the ordinary and explore the outlands on an artistic adventure filled with amusing animals, beautiful botanicals, and a world of fun. And it looks like I'm glitching a little bit. Hi, Becky. We're having technical problems today. That's why I'm a little bit late coming on. I had to restart my router and had to restart my phone and all that good stuff that goes with our internet issues. So, glad that you're here, and I'm going to be doing 3 cards using the celebration items. So you haven't really missed anything. I'm just going through the introduction, so I'm glad you're here. Okay, so that's our paper pumpkin kit, and you can see the website on my description. You can click on that, and it'll take you directly there to sign up for it, or if you have any questions on it, you can get with me. But if you sign up during celebration for your paper pumpkin kit, you can do a 3-month prepaid subscription. And with that, you would receive 1 free celebration item. And then there's a 6-month prepaid, and then there's a 12-month prepaid. So with each one, the 6-month, you could get 2 free items. And the 12-month, you could get 4 free items. So that's also another thing you might want to consider. And also, coming up February 1st, which will be here before we know it, Stampin' Up! Has come out with a new promotion that is kind of a little sneak peek that they're going to give us. And it's called All Together. And it's an exclusive and early release products for you. It's time to make your mark. And here it shows a little bit better. It's got the stamp set and the dies. The 6x6 Designer Series paper, which is black and white. And then they're coming out with Natural Tone Stampin' Blends collection. So it goes from light, medium, medium light, medium deep, and deep. So, but some of these other darker colors could be used for animals, not just skin tone. So that's really exciting. And so if you have any questions on any of that, just make sure you reach out to me. But without going into any more details of anything before we have technical problems, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. And don't forget, we've got celebration going on, and we've got the new mini catalog going on. So, alright, I'm going to bring in our first card and my supplies. This is our first card. Put my sleeves up here so I can get down to business. And got my bits and pieces here, my instructions. Let's see if that's good. Get it open without making a bunch of noise. Like I said, be sure you say hello. Hi, Jackie. Morning. I was having problems this morning. Good old internet, I guess. Okay, so we've got our card base. This is a card, and then this is the inside. It says, "You are utterly awesome." And then, "Hoping your birthday is filled with all best things." I set that over there. This is the stamp set we're using. Awesome Otters. And this is a free one out of the celebration, which he's really cute. I love him. And then I'm using Sunny Sentiments, which is out of the annual catalog. We're going to be using the sentiment out of here for the inside. And I also have, these are called Picture This Dies. They were unavailable for a while, but they've came back in stock again. And we're using this one here. I'll take it out of the package so you can see it better. This one here. Okay, this is another picture one. So we're using this one today. Oops. Using some blends. And I'm also using the Simply Marvelous paper, which is in the celebration also. And I want to bring up my sheet here so it shows it better. There we go. It's called Simply Marvelous. Not marvelous, marvelous. And we're using this watercolored one. I think that's Pool Party. Yeah, it's Pool Party. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, got lots of pieces here, so I'm kind of being careful how I take them out of here. Alright, so our card base measures 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored in the center at 4 1/4 inches, so we're going to burnish that. And then I've got our inside cardstock, which is our basic white, and that's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. I'm just going to leave that on the inside for now. And then I have a little strip of that designer series paper that we're using, and that's 1/8 inches by, oh gosh, I didn't measure it. Let me see. I'm reaching backwards here trying to get hold of my ruler. There we go. We're doing stretches this morning. So that measures, looks like 5 1/4 inches. So that's going to be our inside. So we'll set that aside for now. And then I've got a basic white mat, and that measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And then our cut out picture frame die paper, which is 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. And then I went ahead and I die cut some basic white. I die cut the die out of there, the circles, because that's what we're going to be using for our stamping on. Okay. And then I have a scrap of white that we're going to stamp our sentiment on. Okay, so we can glue this to our mat. And I'm just using my liquid glue. Making sure I'm on camera view there. And we're going to have a small border going around it. Get it on here straight. Hope everybody's having a good day. Mine started out good, then it got a little difficult, but we're not going to sweat the small stuff. We're going to get right with it, even if we're a few minutes late. Alright, so there we have that. And we're going to glue that to the front of our card base. Okay. We're going to set that aside because we're going to stamp our otters. And I want to bring some scrap paper out here. What did I do with it? Well, I guess I cleaned off my desk too well. There it is. And we're going to stamp our otters. And I'm just using basic black or tuxedo black memento. And we're going to start with the, should I do the biggest one first? Yeah. Just going to line him up. Seems like I've got a shadow here. Let me get my lighting a little bit better here. Okay, I'm hoping that's better. Alright, we've got this little guy, and we're going to stamp these two. And I'm just centering them on those little circles. And I like the negative that comes out of these because it gives like a stitching. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. And this little guy. I still see dark shadows. And we're going to center him, try to get both of his hands inside the circle. And we did it. And then while I'm at it, I might as well go ahead and stamp our sentiment too. And it says, "You are utterly awesome." And put the cover on our ink pad so we don't make a mess here. Alright, then we're going to come in with our blends. And we are using we've got Crumb Cake, Balmy Blue, Dark Petal Pink, and Light Granny Apple Green. So those are our colors of choice. And let me put my cover on my glue there. And I'm just going to work on my paper here because it could soak through. So we're going to start out coloring our otters. And I'm using the Crumb Cakes. And I'm going to do the body itself in the dark. And then I'm going to do the belly in the light crumb cake. I tried different colors. I tried gray granite, but he just didn't look good. I liked it best with the browns. So, I'm not sure what color otters are. Are they brown or are they gray? Does anybody know? We have a quiz this morning. Okay. Oops, forgot his hand. And this one, his arm. And I'm going to use the light crumb cake. Is that what I used? Yeah. I needed to come back in and get his nose with a dark crumb cake. I'll do that after I finish the belly. Okay. Use a petal pink to do his ear. And give me that dark crumb cake again so I can do his nose. Alright, I think he's adorable. Looks like he's wanting to give you a hug. Good morning, Sean. How are you doing? Okay, this one's got a little fish that he's holding. Hope everybody's doing well. We've got that old COVID going around pretty good here in Arkansas. Our numbers of Really jumped up lately. And let's get its nose. These little guys are so cute. Gotta get his feet down here. Alright, I think I got him covered. And do his belly. Oh, okay, Sean. Glad you're doing good. Alright. I might have lost a lot of viewers this morning when I was having problems getting to stay online. It would come on and then it would drop me and I had to restart everything. So I think like the third try I finally got here. Frustrating this morning, and now we're buffering or something. Come on, straighten up. Maybe it's the weather. I don't know. Well, I'm just going to keep working and hopefully it'll go away. I guess you call that pixelating. There, it cleared up. Okay, Sean. Yeah, moving's no fun. Okay, now coloring the fish using the light granny apple green. Yes, light. We're going to come in with our balmy blue dark, and we're going to color in a little bit of that water that's beside them. And then we'll do the light to fill it in. And I'm going to kind of run a line across the whole thing. I'm not going to color the sky, I'm going to leave that just the white. Alright, so this one's finished, this one's finished. Now we're going to work on this little feller. And we'll do the same, the dark crumb cake. Okay, thank you, Sean. You have a great day. Love you too. Sean's my grandson, so. And I'm not going to make you sit and watch me do this. I've already colored one in already. And there he is. So now we're going to pick up our blends. Put them aside. We're going to get our paper snips. And we're going to cut our sentiment apart. And let me get rid of the scrap paper. So we're just going to cut out a square. And I want to get kind of close to the edge of the words. And we're going to just go in between each line and cut them apart. Okay, and we're going to snip this down a little bit. Alright, make sure I'm not throwing something away I don't want to throw away here. Alright, so now we can start attaching these, but we're going to put these up on dimensionals. And I need to get out a new sheet here. I just got a little corner left of this one piece here, so we're going to go ahead and use that. And I'm just going to place my dimensionals right in the middle of these circles. With the bigger ones, we'll probably need to put 2 or 3 on that one. Okay, I had 2 sheets there. Brand new sheet of dimensionals. Thank you, Barbara. I think the outers are so cute too. They make me smile. In fact, my husband's birthday was yesterday, and I made him a card using the otters. I should have brought it and I could have showed you. So maybe next week I'll snitch it from him. Okay, so we're going to place our circles back on, and I want to make sure I've got the right one, because there's one larger one and then 2 medium-sized ones. But it might help if I take the backings off of those first. Get my take your pick tool, and we'll pop those off. I don't have any fingernails, so the take your pick tool works the best for me. And I don't have my trash can over here. Let's go ahead and pop off both of these. Well, get a hold of it. And I think I'm going to put one of the hands out on the top corner. And we'll put this little guy that's swimming on the bottom. And then we're going to place these circles. These circles are cut out of the original paper. And I tried the white, but I didn't care for it. I thought it was too stark, because I wanted something a little less out there for me. So, okay. So we're going to start out with the UR. Get a hold of that. We're going to put our liquid glue on there. It says UR, and I'm kind of putting them at an angle. I'm going to alternate. UR outerly. Oops. Okay, this one I'm going to kind of tilt it this direction to the right. Awesome. And this will come back up this way. Okay. So there we have our card. It looks like I was kind of out of camera view there. I apologize. All right, and I've got a dilemma. I'm not sure which gems I want to use, and where did I put them? My goodness, I just have the stuff and then I lose the stuff. No, right here, right beside me. So on my original one, I used the sea glass gems, but it doesn't really show up a lot. These are the faux sea glass shapes. But I was kind of thinking maybe I'd rather have the polished dots. In your comments, let me know which one I should use. The sea glass or the polished dots. I'm kind of waiting for somebody to say which one. I've lost my comments there. So the sea glass or the polished dots? Sea glass, okay. Yeah, I'm thinking, well, there's yellow and there's green and there's white. Maybe I need to change the color to something else. Maybe the yellow, I don't know if that might clash with it too much. Which color of it should I use? You know, the camera doesn't really give it justice here. Let's see if I can take them out so you can see them a little bit better. Maybe there it's better. You don't have as much of a glare. Clear? Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's go with the clear. Sounds good to me. It's always good to get a second opinion sometimes. So we're going to use our Take Your Pick tool, and we're going to use the putty end to get those off. And I think I might use the larger ones. Maybe they'll show up more. And we're going to put one in the, whoops, he didn't let go. Just the putty had a hold of him really good. Well, it's because I got him upside down, I think. Yeah. Well, goodness. We're doing Butterfingers today or something. Alright, there. He was stuck to my finger, didn't want to let go. Okay, yeah, I like the larger ones better. It shows up more. And I might just put this one here. And then another large one. We will put that over here. Okay, that looks good. Alright, so there we have our front side of our card. And I'm just going to bling up a little bit. I'm going to use my Wink of Stella, and I'm going to just add some to the water to make it sparkle. As you know, when the sun hits the water, it does glisten. So, and I'm going to do a little bit on that fish to make him stand out a little bit. Okay, Jackie. Did you leave us? Alright, so now we're going to stamp our inside sentiment. And what did I use on the inside? Hoping it's your birthday. Oh, it's right here. So close it could have bit me. I was looking right at it. And we're using the Tuxedo Black Memento ink again to stamp our sentiment. And I apologize for the noisy stamp pad. And I want to get this as straight as I can. And I think that's a little bit crooked. We're going to turn it over and do the back side so we can get it straighter. I had that same problem with my sample too. I don't know. Well, that ain't much better. I guess I'm not turning it in. Well, I guess it's not too bad. That's kind of my signature. I don't have things straight for some reason. Okay, so we got the little strip of paper that was cut off from this, so we always use our scraps. And we're going to run a thin line of glue along that, which, there it goes, wasn't coming out. Could be my bottle's getting down to the bottom again. And we're just going to put that on the side. Oops. And it's a little bit long, so I'm going to turn it over and snip off that excess. And then we're going to attach that to the inside of our card. And we're going to center that in the inside. Okay, so there we have our first card. I didn't put any ribbon or anything on them because I didn't want to take away from the otters themselves. I left it plain, but you could add a ribbon somewhere. I don't know where I would put it if I did. So that's our first card. And let me set this aside and go on to our next one. And our next one is using the Friendly Hello along with the Designer Series paper. And these are free in the celebration. With a $100 order, you get the 12 by 12 paper plus the stamp set for free with the $100 purchase. So I'm loving this paper. I wish they would carry it over or let us buy extra packs of it because it's a good one. But here's our card that we're going to be doing. Okay, so here's the card we're doing. It says, hope you have the best birthday. And then on the inside I've got, it's your day, enjoy it. So let's get busy with that. I'm going to bring out all our bits and pieces. And for the inside, I'm using the happiest of birthdays, and we're using the sentiment here. What did I do with my instructions? Well, I have misplaced my instructions. Alright, I guess. Well, we'll just measure as we go. I must have put them somewhere and don't remember where I put them. Okay, so we're just starting out with our basic, well, this is our thick basic white cardstock, and it's measuring 5.5 by 8.5 inches. And we scored it in the middle at 4 1/4 inches. So we're going to burnish that edge of that. And then we've got our petal pink cardstock, which measures 4 1/8 inches. No, 4 1/4 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And then we've got our Designer Series paper, which measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And this is going to be our mat. We're going to put this on top. So we're going to go ahead and glue that down. And this is the back side. It's kind of cute too. Yeah, I think my glue bottle is getting towards the bottom. Gotta shake it. Oh goodness, we've got glue all over the place here. Good thing it dries clear. Well, get this to position for me. So one thing about the liquid glue, you've got time to move it a bit. And it didn't move quite as much as I wanted it to. Oh well, we're going to go with it. It doesn't matter. And so we're going to glue that to the front of our card base because I've already got glue on that. And I guess I wouldn't be live without any mishaps going on. It might be my signature. Who knows? A little too much. A little too much sliding there. Let's pull this back over. Oh goodness. No, I don't want that there. We're gonna have to move you over. Alright, so we got that glued down. And we're going to set that aside for a moment. We're going to work on our bird. Thinking this is the scrap and this is the scrap. So we're going to stamp our bird using black memento ink. And this doesn't have any dies that go with it, but we're going to be doing some fussy cutting, but it's not that bad. It comes together fairly quick. And we've got flowers. And another flower. Small flower. I'm going to do 2 of those. We're not going to be using the leaves off of that. We're just going to be using the flower itself. Alright. And I've got a small piece of basic white, and this measures 5/8 inches by 2.5 inches. And we're going to stamp our sentiment on that. And it's, hope you have the best birthday. And we're going to center that. And I'm putting it towards the right side because we're going to kind of flag off that, or angle cut the left side of it. Alright, I think that's all the stamping we have to do there. So let's go ahead and get our sentiment going here. I'm going to angle cut both of them, so I'm going to, how did I do that? I think I did it. I'm going to angle cut this first. Where did I put my scissors? Hiding. Okay. So I'm going to cut it at an angle, just like this. And then I'm going to hold this on top of that. And I'm going to snip off the edge so they both go at the same angle. And we can go ahead and glue that down. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to bring in our blends. Let me put the cover on my glue here. And we are using seems like I had, okay, yeah, the directions in the wrong one here was confusing me. We're going to use the soft succulent, both of them, the light and the dark, and then we're going to use light gray granite. No, these have gotten mixed up. Supposed to be using Daffodil Delight. Alright, I had the wrong case pulled out here. The blends have gotten mixed up. I was working this morning and we put them back in the wrong containers, I guess. Alright, soft succulent. Well, no, I think I'm going to change that out. We're going to use the Just Jade and the Daffodil Delight. And then Pale Papaya for our flowers. Some ribbon stuck to my finger here. But we're going to start out with our bird, and we're going to color him. Okay, we're going to use the dark and light pale papaya. So I'm going to start out with the dark. And we're just going to color his feathers, tail feathers, with the dark. And some of his feathers on his back are going to be dark. And we're going to outline his head a little bit with the dark. And we're going to come back in with the light balmy blue and color in his upper body. And I'm going to draw a little line for his neck there. My refrigerator's dropping ice. It's sounding weird. Alright, and then we're going to come back in with our Daffodil Delight. And we're going to start with the dark on the upper part of his breast there. And then we're going to blend that in with the light, Daffodil Delight. And then the branch, we used the dark crumb cake for the branch. Alright. And we're going to use the dark Just Shade to do our leaves. Alright. And then our pale papaya, dark, to do our flowers. Oh, goodness, that one was on there tight. Or else I'm weak today, that could be. And I'm just doing a little bit of shading at the tops of our petals. And same with the larger one. And I'm just going over the lines that this Stampin' Up! Has provided for us. And this one petal here that sticks out from the other ones, I'm going to do that in a dark pale papaya. Alright, and then we've got our little ones. We're going to do the same. Alright, and then we're going to come back in with our light pale papaya to fill in the flowers. And I'm not going to sit and color all these because I already have some colored and cut out already for you. But I just wanted to give you an idea how we colored each one. And then in the center I used the dark and light Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to start out with the dark. That's the light. Let me do the dark. And I'm just going to go around the inside of that flower a little bit and come back in with the light to blend that all in. Okay. So we've already cut these all out already, so you don't have to sit and watch me do that. So save a little time. And let me bring in my little flowers. Okay, so let's start assembling. We already cut out our 2 flowers and our sentiment. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to be using it's called the Frayed Ribbon, and it is white, which is kind of neat with this because I'll show you how I do this. I'm going to cut it at 5.5 inches, not 5 inches. So we're just going to snip it right down there. And at the ends, let me cover up my ink pad here. At the ends, you kind of get your fingernail and you can pull all those fibers aside. And it makes a fraying. And when you're done, you just trim that all off. Oops. I maybe got more than what I wanted there. Okay, so it gives you a frayed edge. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. And I'm going to do the other side the same way. And trim off. So we're going to place that on here, and I'm going to use my stamp and seal, which I got to reach for here. I didn't have it out. And we're just going to run that line of our stamp and seal across to attach our ribbon to it. And we'll center that. Okay. And then I'm going to put our bird up on dimensionals. Everybody's quiet. I guess we're watching what I'm doing. We're concentrating. And we're just going to put 4 dimensionals on the back of him, and she's going to sit right there. But I want to position my flowers first. So we're going to put a dimensional on one end, and then just a glue dot on the other side. Don't they know I'm doing a live video? I take your pick tool. Our house phone usually never rings, so I don't know who that might be. And I'm going to just glue our sentiment directly down there. And I'm so sorry for the phone ringing. I'd turn it off, but I can't reach it. Alright, so we're going to place our sentiment down on the lower right-hand corner. And then we can position our flowers beside that. And I put a glue dot on the back of this one and a dimensional on the other one. So we're just going to layer that right next to our sentiment. And now we can take the backings off of our bird and place her down. And then I've got the 2 little ones that have been cut out. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the edge of this one because we're going to place it right here. I'll show you in a minute. So just a little bit of glue, just that one at that bottom corner. And we're going to place that over our leaves. And this one we're going to place over our sentiment, so we're just going to put a little bit of glue on the back side of that also, just along the edge, bottom edge. And we'll position that right above our H of our hope. You have the best birthday. Alright, so there's the front of our card, but we're going to add some pearls to the front of our card. And these are the Pearl Basic Jewels, which are in the annual catalog. And it has a large, medium, and then small. We're going to use the medium size. And we're just going to place 3 on our card. I always do things in odd numbers. And another one. We'll put this one down over here. Okay, so here's our card. And I'm going to bring some Wink of Stella on this also. You can never have enough bling. I'm going to put a little bit on her wings to brighten those up a little bit. And on her upper body. And we're going to put some Wink on our flowers. Wink of Stella. Okay. I don't know if the camera picks up that bling or not. I'm not sure. Okay, so then on the inside, we're going to stamp our sentiment using our Memento black ink. And it's your day, enjoy it. And did I put anything else? I had a strip. I've got a strip of designer series paper that we're going to add to the inside of our card. It just dresses it up a little bit, I think. That little extra on the inside of your card. And place that to the left of our card. Okay, so hope you have the best birthday. It's your day, enjoy it. We're always needing birthday cards. So, there's one for you today. Get my ribbon out of the way. Get our blends out of the way, and hopefully I don't need those again. I'll just have them there in case I need them in the next project. And we'll move this aside. Alright. Okay. So here's our next card. This is our celebration paper. Did I make a chart for it? Yeah, it's called Sunshine and Rainbows. And that's a free pack of 6x6 paper too in the celebration. Okay, but here's the card. And here's the stamp set that is also free in celebration. It's called Driving By. And along with that, we're going to be using the sentiment out of Calming Camellia. And that's a Hostess stamp set that's in our celebration. So what that is, I'll find it in the celebration catalog here. It's easier to explain. It's in the back of our book. And it's called page 17. And with that, you can receive the Hostess stamp set with a $300 order or a $300 party, whichever. So you can look at the details in there. Alright, so let's set this aside, set that aside. Set this aside. Got my instructions. And get this open so I can get my bits and pieces out. Alright. So if you have to leave, be sure that you watch the replay later today. I know people have things that go on that you can't stay the whole time. Alright, we're starting out with our thick basic white cardstock, and this is 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches, and then it's scored in the middle at 5 1/2 inches. So we're going to burnish that edge. And we've got Bermuda Bay cardstock, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Our designer series paper, the Clouds, which is 3 inches by 3 1/4 inches. And the bottom is 2 inches by 3 3/4 inches. It's going to go like this. And then the center designer series paper is 2 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And we've got some little tags here that are 2 by 2 inches. 2 of those. And I've die cut our basic white using the regular circle out of Layering Circles dies. And then I've cut another one out using the Bermuda Bay cardstock. So put that aside, and we'll start assembling here. But on the little white circle, we're going to stamp our little car. But I want to start assembling this first. We'll put that together first, and we'll come back and do our stamping afterwards. So we're going to start out with the paper of the Clouds. And also, you can buy the cloud punch that'll cut these out. That's in our mini catalog. So that's really a cute idea too. You don't have to color them. You can just punch them out of the designer series paper, and it's already ready to go. I've got mine on order, but I hadn't received it yet. I think it's coming Friday. So maybe next week I can demonstrate it. I like this side too. These are such bright colors. I love this paper. And center that. And then we're going to put our striped paper in the middle. But first I want to position our little 2x2s because they're going to go up underneath this. So I'm just going to lay this down on top of them. And then I'll add a little glue underneath the tops of them to hold them down. Just lift that flap up and put some glue in there. And this one. And then I'm going to use some white twine, baker's twine, and I'm going to wrap that around the middle. And I'm just going to use some Scotch tape here to hold it down. And I'm going to do 3 strands along that middle. Kind of space them out a little bit. And maybe bring this down a little bit more. You can arrange them a little bit even after you've already taped them down. I think that's crooked. We're going to have to come back in there and straighten that out. just being stubborn. Thought I could do it one-handed, but it's not letting me. And let's place that over that. But let me straighten these out a little bit. They're kind of crooked. Alright, and we'll come back with our snips and we'll snip off that excess. Put that aside. Alright, now we can glue this to the front of our card. And center that on the front of our card. Press it down. Alright, now we're going to take our Bermuda Bay scalloped circle, and I'm going to do our stamping of our little bus first. Back in my day, I'm going to date myself here, these VW buses were really popular. So that kind of says how old I am. Oops. Anybody else remember those? Alright, I'm going to press that on there. Alright, now I've got my... trying to decide which color I want to paint this bus. I wish I had a turquoise, more of a turquoise, but I think I'm going to go with the maybe the soft succulent. And I'm going to start with this dark. And we're going to do some outlining a little bit here and some shading. And do these fenders. Thought I did one of these ahead of time, but maybe I didn't. It doesn't take a long time to do this coloring, so it shouldn't take me long. And if you have to go, that's fine. You can catch the replay of anything that you might have missed later when you have time to sit down. And a little bit there. Alright, and the bottom of the bust there. We'll come back in with our light and do some shading. I think this week has gone fairly fast. Alright, and we'll do the roof of the bus with the light soft succulent also. And then we're going to do, I've got my blends all mixed up here. I had them all organized. And we're going to go with a light gray granite, and we're going to do the hubcaps and the bumpers. And the tailpipe. I think I'm going to do the trim of the windows also. And we're going to do the headlight and tail light with the light daffodil delight. And what I'll do with my black. It's not in here. I think I had misplaced my black blend. I've got the dark. I wanted the light, but we're going to have to use this one to do the tires. And we're going to leave those white walls on there. That was popular back in that day. Anybody remember the white wall tires? You don't see any of that today. Alright. I'm going to come back in with my gray crayon and I'm going to put a little bit of a road down underneath them so he's not floating up in the air. Alright, got that in. And now we're going to come in with our sentiments. And we've got a scrap of white. We're going to stamp our sentiment driving by to say hi. And we're going to cut that down to different layers. Okay, driving by to say hi. And let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment on the inside. We'll let that dry for a moment. And that's going to be, I love being your friend. So it's driving by just to say hi, and I love being your friend. It's a little bit crooked, but yeah, we're going to have to go with it because we've already got everything glued down. I should have stamped that first. And it's supposed to have a, maybe not. We've got a bow here. Got to set that over here. I think I'm missing something. No, I guess not. Alright. So let's get back to what we're doing here. We'll set that aside. We're going to glue this to our scallop circle. It's going to be a small edge going around it. And then we're going to take our sentiment and we're going to cut that down. So we've got driving by. Let's go ahead and cut this down. Okay, driving by, we're going to snip that off. Driving by, just to say hi, but we're going to clip that hi off of there. We're going to do that a separate word. Alright. And we can snip this down a little closer. So we're going to start with the driving by. Well, first let's put this on our card, because we're going to be popping this up. And we're going to put dimensionals on the back of our circle. Looks like I might have lost everybody. I hope they can come back and watch the replay. It might be internet issues today. I think I heard some demonstrators too yesterday were having problems. And we're going to place that down on top of our center portion over the twine. And we're going to glue this. I'm just gluing the one side. I think I need to clean off my ink bottle, my glue bottle. It's getting all goobered up. Driving by, just to say, I'm glitching again. It's not a good day for a Facebook Live, it doesn't look like. Just to say, and the little one, hi. We're going to snip that down closer too. Try to hang on to it and glue it at the same time. I might do better if I just put a little drop on our circle itself. Just hoping it doesn't come out in a big old glob. There we go. Just to say hi. Okay. And then we've got a little bow that I've already tied, a double bow, using the baker's twine. And I'm going to use one of the mini glue dots that we get with our paper pumpkins each month. They come in handy. We're just going to glue that to the bottom. Got a dog hair there. It's a cookie hair. Where did it go? I see it. There it is. Okay. So let's trim off those tails a little bit. They're kind of long. Snip them off. Okay, so we need to add a little bit of bling to our Volkswagen bus. And I'm just going to put some on where it would be chrome. Just to give it a little bit of shine. And on the hubcaps, the bumpers. Okay. Alright. So here we have our third and final card. And I'm glad that you're able to stick with me, and I apologize for all the technical problems we've had. Oh, we forgot to put our gems on here. I'm using the adhesive backed hexagons, and it comes in 3 different colors. And I'm thinking this is probably Bermuda Bay because it's real close to it. I'm thinking that's the color what it is. So we're going to take your pick tool and we're going to pick up some of these small ones and place them onto our card. And one right there. Okay. Let me get things out of the way here and we can show our cards. I know this has gone pretty long, so I apologize and I appreciate your viewership, your support. Okay, so here's our 3 cards that we've done today. Make sure they're all in camera view. Okay, let me know what you thought of the cards. Which one was your favorite? I'll go back and check my comments later, so even if I'm not live, you can still comment. And be sure you like and share that video too. That really helps me a lot, so I'd appreciate that. Okay, so let's look at next week's schedule. It will be, oh gosh, it'll be January 26th already. This month is going fast too. We'll be back at 10 o'clock on January 26th for my next video. So I'm hoping that you're able to join me. And if you have any suggestions or anything that you might want me to showcase, reach out to me and let me know, and I'll see what I can't do. I'm always happy to get some suggestions. But until then, I will see you next week. Everybody stay safe and stay healthy. And y'all have a good week, rest of the week. Thank you for being here. Bye.